Hey guys, welcome back to Guy's Stuff. Today we're making a super easy, very delicious chicken noodle soup. You can make it without noodles too if you just want chicken and vegetables. You can get everything here at Walmart. This recipe makes a big batch for 12 to 15 very generous sized servings. You can of course cut everything in half if you don't want that much. Prep is super easy. We're going to be chopping up our chicken, our celery, and our onions and pretty much letting it simmer for a couple hours. The chicken you need are tenderloins. Do not cheap out and get breast meat. This is what tastes best in soup. It is obviously very tender, and it's what you get out of any kind of canned soup or restaurant. We got one normal sized pack of celery hearts, some matchstick carrots. You can of course shred your own if you want to, but you know what? This is super easy and done. We're going to be using 4 or 5 cloves worth of garlic. You can get it pre-minced like this or smash your own. Either one works. A bundle of green onions, aka scallions, and 2 real good size red onions. 2 big packs of fresh sliced clean mushrooms. Of course, you could use whole ones and chop them up yourself. We're going for, a good 5 or 6 cups worth total in this recipe. I'm using canola oil. This is just to coat the pan to help start the chicken going. You could use plain vegetable or even olive also. This is Montreal steak seasoning. It's basically just salt, pepper, garlic, a little bit of paprika, but it's in an absolutely perfect blend for cooking this kind of stuff. This is what we're going to season the soup with. We're going to be using up front about a 1/4 cup and then the rest at the end to taste. A small box of your favorite rotini. I like the high fiber stuff, because hey, why not? You could also use bow ties or macaroni or whatever else you like in your soup. And then 4 containers of reduced sodium chicken bone broth. Do not, again, like the chicken, cheap out and get the plain broth. Do not try to water down stock. It's got to be a broth made from bone. You can usually find it in the organic section if your regular grocery store doesn't carry it in the normal soup section. Okay, in goes the oil. Just a nice splash. We want to coat the bottom and coat the chicken a little bit. Get it nice and hot. And in goes the chicken carefully. Treat it like a stir fry. Give it about 5 minutes. Just start to cook each side. We're not looking to completely tenderize it or cook it. Just get it most of the way there. So now we've got white on all sides. Now in goes all the veggies. We're going to cook all the veggies down till they reduce by about half. A lot of moisture is going to come out, and we just want things to start and soften up. In goes the celery, the green onion, the carrots, mushrooms, our red onions, and our garlic. Stir it every few minutes. This is probably going to take 15 or 20 minutes to really start cooking down. And it'll shrink, believe me. This is all on high heat, by the way. 15 minutes later, we've still got some moisture on the bottom, some water boiling away. Everything's reduced, obviously, very nicely. You want the mushrooms to be about half size. Carrots you can break with the spoon. Celery should just be getting squishy. Onions should be just going translucent. This is the point that we want it at. Now we can put in about a 1/4 cup of the steak seasoning. We'll be putting some more in at the very end just to season to taste. Give it a quick mix, and now we're going to put in our bone broth. We're going to bring this almost to a boil. Then we're going to put in the pasta. Bring it all down to the lowest heat setting possible and simmer it for 2 hours. Go ahead and put a lid on it to speed it up. Once it just gets to boiling, kick your heat down, put in your pasta, give it a quick stir, put the lid back on, and just let it simmer for 2 hours. And we're done. 2 hours in, kick the heat off, and it is just about done. At this point, you need to season it to taste. Typically, you're going to add another few tablespoons or so. Give it a stir. Give the broth a taste test. All you're doing is seasoning it via the saltiness to taste. It won't take a whole lot. You don't want to go overboard. And there we go. That's perfect. Time to serve it up. Now, an optional step at this point, if you want it a little richer, a little more decadent, add a pint of heavy cream. Stir it in and serve. Delicious. Enjoy, guys. See you next time.